So I'm done with the analysis of this property. It's done. It's not a deal. Okay, it's not a deal for what we do here, and that's all I have to say about that. So hopefully that was in. All right, so I just got word of this property. My partner just sent this to me, so I'm going to take a quick look at it. This is 260 24th Street, Irvington. 260 24th Street, 24th Street, Irvington. All right, so this is Irvington. My experience with Irvington is that you got to make sure your comps are tight. Okay, so there are certain neighborhoods that you have to pay stronger attention to when it comes to the comps. Some neighborhoods you just know that the value is there. So I'm going to take a look at the Zillow, Trulia, what is this, Movota. I'm looking for Redfin information, just to have an idea of what's going on with this property, and to see. It was built in 1922. You can see that a lot of time right off of Google, and it's 37. Okay, it looks like it's a 4-family according to words. All right, so so Zillow has listed. Is this truly a 3-family? I wonder. All right, so obviously this is a 3-family. This is not it's not a what you can call it. Let's see what Movoto says. Well, apparently it's listed for $98,000 on the market, but it looks like they're auctioning it. It's gonna end about 7 hours now. Let's see. Estimated home value is 215. So even though we may be able to find better comps for after repair value, I keep that at the back of my mind. Okay, so I always keep that at the back of my mind. So let me just let me go do this real quick. All right. So I'm gonna go create a folder for it in my Google Drive. Let's go here. Okay, let me change logged in user here. All right, so all right, wholesaling since 2005. That's our wholesaling folder right there. All right, so I'm gonna create a new folder for this. So for every lead that comes in, no matter how it comes in like that, I try to create a folder for it in this brand new structure we have going on. Okay, so I'm gonna paste. All right, and the R button on my keyboard is acting up, so I always have it in my clipboard, so I can just Control plus V. That's right there. That would be a problem. That all right, I'm supposed to go to Phillipsburg, but that's canceled for today. All right. Okay, so here we go. 260. So here's the new folder I just created. I'm going to create a sheet for it. Blank spreadsheet, create and share. Because me and my partner have access to that. So alright, so 260 21st. So I still need to go grab the name and make it a title. Alright, just bear with me. Alright, so the data I'm collecting here right now, just observing and see what's going on and see what happens. So if I go to value, under home value right here, it's saying Zestimate is 144,513. So that's just estimates, okay? That's not the comps, that's not the ARV, okay? You gotta dig a little deeper when you're doing ARV. So all right, so there you go. All right, so his estimate is 144. I know that they're asking foreclosure, asking right now. My R is not working, like I said. I'll fix that later. They're asking 98,580. Okay, so chances, where's that number coming from? That asking price. They probably have sent out an agent to go look at the property and to see if there's based on the amount of work that's needed. So, and I can also tell that it's listed on the public market, meaning MLS. Okay, so it's not exactly an out of the market deal. Okay, so I'm actually gonna go log into MLS and look at it and see what it says. So this estimate, I think I have all the information I need. Year built. Okay. Year built, so I have to copy that. 1922. All right. Let's see here. I do have an MLS number. Let me MLS. That's 3519306. So I can easily find it on the MLS. If it's under that 9306. All right. Well, I don't know if it's the foreclosure information was foreclosed, and now the lender is selling it for 98. Okay. So Zillow foreclosure estimates predicts this property will sell at 106. I don't know that. I don't go by that number at all. Neighborhood 07. That's Irvington, basically. Alright, so it's asking me I can visit an UPSU here, okay, which is where my partner wants me to go take a look at it. Alright, so I'm actually gonna have an account on here on UPSU. I'm gonna log in. Let's see what's going on. 260 21st. Alright, so it pops right up. Loading. Alright, so right now the current highest bid is $77,000, and he basically wants us to see. Let me tell him that it's a 3-family, it's 5 full bathrooms. Okay, which is not a bad situation. Let's see this property that is now looking for a new owner. This one, the family features 7 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, an unfurnished basement. Plan to visit now. Okay, so and let's see, property taxes. 7,000. Okay, so tax. Let me actually log into the MLS, because we have access to the MLS in that area by way of my partner, my dad. Okay. So let's see here, and the MLS number we had earlier, let's go grab that. Let's see if it comes right up with the MLS number. Makes it easier to find, right? There you go. It comes right up. It's active. So this is the listing right here. So the MLS will give you sometimes the information passes along everywhere, but MLS gives you the best. Okay, and this has been on the market for 7 days, so it's pretty fresh. This one, multi plan to visit now. Same information that was on there. Okay, online sale, vacant. You can go see. All right, so 43. All right. So we have let's go. So that says blah blah blah. All right. So this one I want to see. Unit 1 has 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. 2 bedroom, 1 bath. 2 bedroom, 1 bath. And then there's a 4th unit. It's saying. So what I'm not sure is if this looks like a 3 family, 3 levels to me. Maybe they are saying the basement. I think it's probably the basement. Yeah. And I can actually call the agent and find out, but the agent has an 800 number here, so they're probably not gonna pick that up. All right. So the best thing I can do at this point in time is, well, first of all, I like to always print this into a PDF so I can have it handy. To open PDF and preview. Okay, this is it right here. All right, so I have the MLS right there. So I'm gonna say 260. Let's see, 260 21st. Oh, it's right there. Irvington. Go copy this. My R is messed up, but I'm not gonna let that stop me. Alright, so MLS listing. Alright, so let's see, let's close this. I don't need that. Alright, so we have this now. We can close this for now. I'm gonna go under shortcuts. I'm gonna go to tax maps, and I need to see what the tax records say about this property. Alright, let me see what my bro says. Alright, so I'm gonna go to Essex County. So you gotta know your market. If you don't have to know already, you just have to know how to research your market. Okay. And let's see, where did you see it? My brother is asking me, how did I see the lockbox code? Hello, we have access to everything. Alright. Let's see. What is she talking about? My wife's sending me to look at something. She thinks somebody looks like an older version of her, my wife. So, oops, you look pretty, baby. Sorry. Alright, so 260, 21st, 21st Street. Alright, so that's not coming right up. When I type that in, it's supposed to be auto-populating normally. There you go. Alright, so there we go. We have it. So if the streets exist in records, it should auto-populate. Alright, so here's what we're looking at. Alright, it's a 4 fam. Okay, it is a 4 family. So that's very weird. See, sometimes because I know the market from experience from years, I think ahead of myself. right? And I basically assume that all properties that look like a three level like this, like it must be three family, but apparently I'm wrong. Okay, so it's a 4 units. MLS says it right there, and you can legally rent it out all 4 units, and these are the square footage of each one. So again, I'm still trying to find out what the value is going to be like, and what is the marketability of this property. That's really what I'm looking for. What's the marketability? But I'm going to print this just in case I need records to it later. Let's see. First of all, let me see what the deed history is. Let's see here. $100 deed stuff. The sheriff has it on today. Wells Fargo took it from the sheriff because it was a foreclosure, basically. Alright, so Wells Fargo has it right now. They have the property. Alright, so let's take a closer look. Renting, property data. Alright, and okay, so I'm gonna print, and it's asking me what I want. No. Go back. Let's take that off. I just need a full deed. I guess I need property data. That's what I want. Property data. Let's see, I can print from here. All right, let's try that again. Full deed report. All right, so let's open that so you can see what it looks like. Okay, that's what I need. Alright, so the 8 pages, I'm gonna put that into way out down. What's wholesaling hub? Other. Name, kind. Let's go back to W right there. Alright. So 260 21st Street. V. Arlington, New Jersey. PA. Alright, so put that in here. Alright, I can put the second one in there as well. Okay. Alright, so I got a couple of things going on here. So based on this record right here, it's a 4 units. Okay. 4 units. Alright, so let me go back. I just looking at tax records just to make sure the numbers look good to me. Alright, so let's go back here. I'm gonna go back here. Up to we'll kind of know the information. So taxes are 7306. 7306. 7306. Alright, and let's see. I need that open. Yes. And let's see. Well, we already have this information. I'm gonna come back here to see if I can grab some comps. And yeah, sometimes I can pull my comps a little faster with the filters on Zillow. It's up to your preference. Alright, so Trulia has this information right here. Let me take the picture. I like to take this picture. Save. So my brother said Newark numbers are better than everything. Yes, usually. All things being equal. right. All right. So front picture, front. So I'm gonna put that in there. Uh-oh, my bad. Okay, capture saved. Let's see, is there anything else we need to? There are 4 images in there. Alright, so we see some inside pictures need some work, definitely need some work, but maybe not as much as work as you may think. I could see windows, I could see flooring, mainly carpeting. That's what we like to go with when it's possible for this type of neighborhood. Okay, let's say interior. Just interior. Uh-oh. Interior. So it gives you a good idea of what's inside. Let's see, there's 4 more pictures in there. Alright, definitely need some sidings. So it's gonna need uh-oh. Alright, so let's grab that other picture. Oh, come on, man. Alright, as you can see, my phone is going off. Alright, we grab that picture right there. So I'm going to save that aside. Okay. Now I don't have to save all of this, by the way, just because I will always have access to this online. This is just me being me. I gotta move a little faster actually. So this is the exterior right here, on the rear. Okay, but it looks like there's a little parking. Is that what it looks like? Is that a driveway to the back? I'm not even sure. But this is so close to me. It's about 20-25 minutes away. I can literally go real quick and go take a look. You know, and I have access into the property as well too. So. Because we are licensed. Yeah. It's blown up my phone. Let me keep that on mute a little bit. Alright, so we have a few pictures that I didn't need to go through. Square footage is $3,915, $25 per square footage is what they're selling this for. Okay, alright, so let's go take a look at the numbers, some of the numbers that these other platforms are showing. Nothing new, same information, but they're saying estimated value is 215 Movoto, so I need to document that. So Movoto is saying 215 325. I just want to have that at the back of my head. Again, that's not the after repair value. I need to do a little bit more to know what the after repair value is. And let's see here. Redfin is saying that this property is worth what? What is it worth, Redfin? What do you think is worth, Redfin? Alright, so here's a property. This is East Orange, this is Newark, so similar homes. Okay, so one of the things that I get into with my partner sometimes is that I need to see Irvington listings. I need to see comparable sales. If I don't, then that means that my buyers will not, and that means it will make it a lot more difficult for me to have exit strategies and backup exit strategies. I need to see that. I really need to see that. So right now Redfin is not even able to come up with a number. That's what it looks like, because normally if they are, you will see right there, but they don't have a number. Redfin doesn't have a number for this property. Alright, so Trulia, does Trulia have anything? Let's see. Let me X out of this. Trulia, what you got? Let's see if Trulia has a property value for this somewhere. Alright, so they don't see enough data for this property. That's what this look like. All right, so usually that's visible. Average listing price in that area is 153. All right, let's see, these are Newark. Of course, Newark's a few blocks away from this area, but your buyer is not gonna be listening to that because they need to be comfortable. Market value is about confidence, right? Everybody want to have that confidence. So, and part of that confidence value is speculation. Of course, it is. But let the market speculate ahead of you. Don't speculate ahead of the market. That's what I always say. Let the market speculate ahead of you. Allow that. There are other options in the area. You can literally see a house right next door right there is completely vandalized. Check that out. And it was being repaired. It was being fixed. As a matter of fact, we could go take a look. Take this into Google Map and see what the street view is like. Okay. I'm done with Trulia, I think, because Trulia doesn't have anything for me. Let's go take a look at the street view and see what they say. Alright, so that's the street view right there. Thank God for technology, right? Alright, so this is the street view. Alright, so we can move to the left, to the right. If I move a little bit to this, there you go. Look at that. Look at this house. Check that out. Alright, so there's a house here which looks like a two-family, right? So if we go back this way, alright, let's go back this way, and this is the subject property right here. Okay, let's go back this way, right? And let's turn around. Let's turn things around like this. Let's go this way a little bit. Alright, so I know exactly where this area is. Alright, look at that side. Okay, there's another property right here. If we zoom in on this, let's see what this says. Property, private property. Okay, so someone is living in this property, but it looks like there's a driveway here. Okay, so if we go a little bit to the side, alright, looks like there's a driveway. Little driveway there, so that may not be a bad situation. We're at least on the right of the house. That's a little better situation. So this neighborhood is what it is. It has a lot of challenges, but that doesn't mean you can't make money. And what I'm about to go look at is how much money can we make. Okay, that's what I want to look at. So it's a 4-family. Okay, it's a 4-family. It's a 4-unit, alright, and it's been on the market for 7 days. So let's go take a look at what's going on. Multi-family, advanced search, multi-family in Irvington. We want the status sold. That's all I care for. Some people say look at the sold, I may look at under contract sometimes, but I need to see what's sold, period. Okay, first I need to see what's selling in that area. So I'm choosing town. I'm going to Irvington. Alright, and let's see, what else do I need? I need 4-family. Let me see if there are 4 families. If there are no 4 families selling in the area, that doesn't mean you have an upper hand. It means you're gonna have a lot more difficult time justifying the value of 4-family. That's really what that means. Okay, alright, so just like a quick scan through this data right here, I see a sales price of 183 to 339 in Irvington. Okay, and I see days on the market 21 days. Okay, so if I click that column header, this 4-family right here, 224 Eastern Parkway, sold at $225,000. Okay, in 3 days. Okay, so 3 days, and then we have a one that was on the market for 320 days and sold at 162. What that means is that they're all over the place. Okay, let's take a look at what this one looks like. Probably need a lot of work here. It needs a lot of work. For some reason, people avoided it for 320 days. Okay, and of course it was sold for cash eventually at 162, probably on an auction. Okay, So see that? So I don't know why it's a 4 units, 2 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 2 bedroom. Our situation is probably similar. Let's see here. Let me open this up. Open recent MLS listing. All right, so we have 2221. Okay, so 2221. That's what we have. But we have a lot more bathrooms. Looks like. Oh well, just one more. All right, so that's sold. And let's take a look at this one that's sold. So number of days on the market is very important to me, but the highest price is also important to me. But I'm gonna have to make some discretion here when I'm determining the value. Okay, so similar type of property as the one that sold for a lot less. Okay, but this was on the market for 3 days. It's a great fair. It was probably in a better condition. It's a new roof, May 17th. That's a big deal. And this is 2333, so it's a lot more bedrooms. Okay, that doesn't always mean a good thing, but it's good to know. Active days on the market. It says 245 days on the market 3. That is very weird to me too. I don't know what that means honestly. All right, so let's see here. All right. Nothing new. Okay, nothing new. And this taxes is 12,747. All right, so I don't know. So let's just go from top to bottom with sales price. Okay. Well, sorry, from the top. Yeah, 360 was the highest that was sold. It was on the market for 269 days. I don't know what that means. Okay. All right. Let me just go to Zillow here, and then close this, and then I'm gonna go by listing type. I don't want for sale. I don't want potential listings. I want recently sold. That's what I want. Okay. I don't want for rent either. Okay. And the price point that I want to see everything. How many bedrooms? Let me just see everything for now. I don't want apartments. I don't want condos. I don't want townhouses. I don't want manufactured. I don't want lots and lands. I just want houses. Okay. All right. And let's take a look. How many bathrooms here? I need at least four plus. Okay, that indicates it's 4 units at least, right? Lot size, build. Okay, for that. Year built. Sometimes I like to limit that because the value on existing homes are different from new constructions. Okay. All right, so we have 100 maximum. I think it's homeowners association. I think that's what that is. Yep. Sold in the last 6 months. That's what I want. I don't want anything above that. I don't want to have to justify if above that. I have no risk, so I'm putting all the favors in my end. Okay. So I'm gonna click apply. Alright, so 4 bathrooms, 4 bedrooms. That's not what I'm looking for. We're looking for multi-family. Let me see if there's a way for me to make that more than 5+ bedrooms. Okay, so that eliminates that. Okay, typically there's no way to specify if it's a multi-family here on Zillow. They simply don't have that data. Okay. Alright, so homes for you, cheapest, more. Let me see under more. There you go. From price. Okay, Zestimate. I don't want to use Zestimate. I want to use price high to low. There you go. Zestimate is just not all the way accurate. It's close but not accurate. Okay. Alright, so this is showing Maplewood. I don't want anything in Maplewood. This is showing Maplewood because Maplewood is literally around the corner from Irvington. So I'm just gonna scroll through, but it's gonna look like there are no comps to justify this as far as Zillow is concerned. but let me see if there's a way to limit this to just Irvington. Let's see. I need this to be Irvington, no more, no less. Okay. Alright, so let's keep going. We gotta go through this. I like doing it like this because you have access. Anyone have access to this? Okay. Alright, I'm gonna jump 2 pages ahead. Okay, we're now in Irvington. There you go. Alright, so 97.22 is probably more like it, and this one sold for 245. Okay, see, this is still in Newark. That's still in Newark right there. That's still in Newark, and that's all he has. Okay, so I'm gonna guess it's more. So let's not worry about this. Let's go back. This is why you need someone on your team that's as MLS. So, and I'm gonna close this. Okay, I'm gonna limit the closing date to 6 months ago. Okay, and I'm gonna days on the market. I don't want no more than 100 days in there maximum, so I can truly see what's going on. 6 months ago will be let's take a look here. 6 months ago will be November, or that will probably be May, right? So yeah, so 12 minus 6 is what? June. Okay, so that's June. So we're gonna go with June 13. June 13, 2018 till today, basically. So I'm gonna click search. Alright, so this is what happened in the last 6 months. Okay, within 100 days, houses that were in the market for 100 days. Okay, so, and this property right here is full family, and this sold for 285. This was listed at $90,000 and then sold 23 days later for 268. What that tells me is that that number got inflated so they can probably pull cash out. That's what that tells me. Maybe not, but probably. Okay, but I'm just saying that's what they do sometimes. It's listed for 90. It was listed for 90. All of a sudden somebody said, I want to pay more. Why? Because I'll give you the rest of the money back. Okay, so and this is a 222, but at least an appraiser appraised it. That's what that means. But an appraiser is not a buyer. Just remember that. Because an appraiser appraised it doesn't mean that your underwriter who's going to give you a loan for it is going to justify that value. It doesn't mean that. Okay. Alright, so this one was listed at 329 and it sold for 285. That looks more like what we're looking for. Alright, so usually what I like to look at, I don't know if there's an easier way to do this, but I like to now go here and say, and look at the distance. Okay, that's probably an easier way, but I'm lazy to find out. Alright, and this one says 29 minutes. Oh, that's Port Reading, sorry. I'm like, nah, that couldn't be true. So I gotta put 07001. Okay, 0700111. I used to live in Irvington, so I know the zip code. Come on, man. Okay, can we get this out? Oh, come on. Let's put it here. 07. Okay. Alright, still not taking it. I gotta put this. My R doesn't work, as I told you. So Park Place. There you go. So 1.8. I need it to be within 1 mile radius. So that neighborhood is just completely different neighborhood. So, but it's there. Let's just keep it there for now. This one was listed for 165, sold for 236. That's what I'm talking about right there. Okay. This one was listed. See, when you see this minus, it was listed for 240, and it sold for a lot less. Now it could be auction. Okay, it's another reason why a house could sell a lot more. Maybe somebody, it could be auction because people will like, it could create a bidding war. But if that was how hot that neighborhood is, we should be seeing a lot more listings selling. Okay, we should see a lot more listings selling the same way. Okay, so something is completely off here. This was on the market for 7 days, and then also there's a lot of turnkey investors coming into the market, which is extreme value by itself, which means people just want to rent, so they don't care about flipping the house. They just want the rental income, because frankly a lot of tenants are going to come into the market. Okay, so if I wanted to give this a rough value, I would just average all of this together. Okay, I would average all of this value together if I wanted to give it a rough what you may call it value. Okay, but let me take a closer look here. Let me see if any of these properties are close enough to this property, because if there are some that are too close, people will always use that comp. That's not close. Okay, all right, so 152 Carolina, that doesn't sound close either, because I know this neighborhood, so that doesn't sound close either. Yeah, I know where Carolina is. Oh, you know what? That's a good comp. All right, but it's 190. Okay, so I'm gonna take that out and put this in there. I think 311 Vermont is probably close too. Let's see. I think it is close. What is this again? Let's observe. Okay. Alright, so yeah, Vermont is around the corner from Carolina. So 1.1 miles, so a little bit over 1 mile. So I will add it. Okay. 103 Fuller Place. Let's see. So this one sold for less than it was listed for, so that's probably a good. And these are all 4 families. Okay, so there's not too many 4 families going on in the area, so that may be another reason why there's not too much. Okay, but you'll see a lot of 2 and 3 families. Okay, this is another 1.1 mile radius. Okay, so this comps can be used, but this was sold for 230. Okay, so this is how I'm going to justify this the value. These are the comps I'm going to use to sell it, and on top of that we use income value, which we know for sure we can definitely do better. 1.2, a little bit off, but again, there's not too many comparables in the area. You can push a little bit of radius, and if you had that together with income approach for value, you may be able to get away with that for underwriting purposes. Okay. Oh, okay. That's what we had. I need to copy the right one. So 1.2. Yeah, 1.2. Another 1.2. And Vermont is around the corner from there. We had a Vermont already, sold for 236. Okay, I prefer, for the purpose of what we do, okay, we buy and sell. For the purpose of what we do, I prefer comparison approach, okay, comparable analysis approach to valuing a property, because that's what your buyers will use. If you end up with a contract that's not justifiable by way of comps, you will have a hard time flipping your homes, and you'll waste time, okay, on the wrong deals. Because I know people, okay, they always say, but the income approach, this house is worth more. I'm like, yeah, I know, but your buyers are not going to be looking at the income approach as a way to negotiate. They're going to look at that as the upside to the future, but not necessarily as a way to determine the value that you pay. This one is completely out of area, 3 miles. Okay, so I will not select that. And then I think we had park this one, right? Yep. And so there's no exact science to what I'm doing right now. I'm feeling on the market. 1.8 is a little bit out of place. I like to see 1.1, 1.2 and lower. Honestly, I like to see 1 mile radius. Okay, but when you're dealing with an Irving team, you can push it, or with less data you can push it. Okay, so I'm going to narrow this list down to this list right here. Okay, and I'm literally going to let's see, download. Can I download this? It's up to you. Nah, let's close this. I don't want this. I need to alright, 1 second. Alright, so we have 1 2 3 4 5. You know what, I may, let me see if I can copy and paste it like this into comp sheets. Let's see if that's doable, right? Plus, create a new sheet, call this comps. Alright, let's see, right click, paste special, values only. Oh, look at that. Let's see, scroll down to the right. Okay. Alright, so the first row is a little off. Let's see if we can move the first row. I can delete this row. Delete columns A and B. Yes. I need this. I don't need this. These are all sold. I can delete this. Okay. Alright, and what is this column? 1609. Oh, that's code. Some code. Let's see what that code means. How about that, right? Oh, it doesn't tell me exactly. It means something, but I don't need it. Delete column. Alright, and we have what's all this? Delete columns. Anyway, so we're gonna move all of this and paste it. So just work around this until it makes sense. The columns, alright, and these are the days on the market. Days on the market. This one was 7. Oh no, that's not 7. What address is that? 152 Carolina was 83. Alright. So, and whatever this is, the D. Okay, I don't know what that is. That's the D column. Delete that off. Delete column. Alright. So, insert one above. So, MLS number. Status. C. Address. I need my R. Let me copy my R. And this was the listing price, LP listing price. I like to see that, just to see what was going on with that property. Units, rooms, bedrooms. Wait. Number of rooms. And number of bathrooms. And this was a sales price. And then DO, days on the market, days on market. Alright, so this is what we're looking at. Okay, so I'm gonna average this. Alright, it's not the best. Okay, so 217, it's very close to the number that Movoto gave me earlier, which is 215. Okay, so I'm gonna call it 215. I'm gonna go with 215. Okay, That's what I'm going to call it. Okay. So let's see. There's something else I need to look at right now. All right. Let me go grab this right here. I'm gonna copy. Yeah, I'm gonna use this right here. I'm actually gonna use this exact one. So I'm gonna create a new sheet and evaluate the heck out of this property. Alright, so column width only. Let's see if we can get that copied. Column width only. Did I copy? I did. So I'm just gonna Control V. Okay, I'll move it myself. Alright, so let's see what we're looking at here in terms of value. Okay, so after repair value is 215. We're just gonna keep it that way, keep it simple. Asking price, we're looking at about let's just call it 80, because right now the bid is at let's see, where's the bid? Oops, where are you? Okay, the bid, let me refresh this page just in case it has moved. The next bid will be 77,500. Okay, because the current highest bid is, and we have 7 hours 10 minutes. So I'm gonna say 77,500. Okay, estimated repairs. For this property is a four family house. This property is not gonna take less than 35, but safely I'm gonna put 50 on there. And then if that number looks good, then we'll go take a look and have a more accurate estimate repairs, right? The taxes is how much was the taxes? The taxes was 7,468. 7,468. How many units? Is 4 units. Okay. All right. So now we need to know the projected gross annual rent. Okay. So based on the fix and flip, it already looks good. We can make $87,000 off of this property if all we did is spend $50,000 on it. Okay, we can make $87,000 on it. Basically, if we had a wholesaling fee to this, a wholesaling fee of let's say $20,000, right? Sorry, not to Z. I need to change that to 70. So it will be plus. Okay. So someone can still make $67,000 from it. So as a matter of fact, I'm going to change this calculator right now. Let's see. I'm going to change this calculator right now. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna add a like right here, insert one above. I'm gonna put a wholesaling fee. All right, so I'm gonna make this I'm gonna make this let's see, I'm gonna make this yellow. Yeah, so I'm gonna call this wholesaling fee. Change this color to wholesaling fee. Alright, and this is going to be equals to about 10% of whatever the after repair value is. I'm gonna make that solid like that. Alright. So that will be additional cost to everything basically. So fix and flip minus B8, it'll be minus B8. Okay, minus B8. Okay, so that keeps that number. So if somebody makes 31% off of the complete let's see, B9, yeah, 9 or B3 plus B4. So this is gonna be a cost always. I'm gonna cut this. Maybe insert this one above this. Okay. So this would be Control plus this would be F. That means it's a formula. Don't touch it. All right. So delete row. Alright, so 4 6, so B minus B8 minus, okay, B5, yep, and this one's plus B5. The total cost is gonna be plus B5. Okay, so cost is always gonna be that. So I'm gonna put this back on 50. Okay, so if somebody can spend money, which is the total of this one, total cost of acquisition, right? I'm gonna put that here. Right. If they spend this much and they were able to sell the property at 215, they'll still make 44% of their money. All right. So that's good profit. And for us finding this property, we can make $21,000. Okay, that's just estimate. We could make a whole lot more than that if we want. Okay, so yep. So now legally we don't, this is not a percentage thing because it's a wholesale fee, it's a flat fee. Okay, so we'll probably be rounded down to $20,000, you know, just to keep business moving and keep people happy. Okay, we make that money for finding these kind of deals. All right, so let's keep going here. So so that number is looking good so far at after repair value. I'm literally gonna say ARV is, I'm sending that to my brother right now, it's 215. He already asked me any comps. It's 215. Okay, okay, all right, so let's see here. All right, so the maximum that let's see, I'm gonna put maximum allowable offer row down here, insert one above. Okay, and put this maximum allowable offer. I need an R. Alright, so I mean, we estimate deals like this all the time, but I've always done it over scrap paper real quick. But you know, I'm doing this so that you can see how it works. MAO, we call it MAO. Needs to be in this number needs to be literally this, right? Multiply by 0.7. I usually like 0.65 to be honest with you. Okay, let me just use my number 0.65, right? And minus the cost of repair minus this estimate right here. Okay, so our maximum MAO, yep, so we can't go above that. Okay, we really can't go above this number right here. Okay, so now depending on how much work that house needs, I don't know, because the sidings that's going to be needed, I don't know the condition of the HVAC, the plumbing system. Those things are big money consumers, so we got to make sure that, and it's 4 units. Okay, so You got to make sure we know what we're doing when we put that offer in like that, right? So I would probably want to see inside of this property and before, they say 8 hours. Huh? No. So, you know, 1 second here. All right. So here's what we got going on here. After talking to my brother, I actually just paused the recording a little bit just to have a few conversation here. So he thinks he was thinking it has to be at least $300,000. So no, he's not. Okay, he's the optimistic type. Okay, he's very optimistic when it comes to value of property because he's thinking his brain is kind of oriented when it comes to rental income, and I want to look at that before I shut down this recording. But I'm the objective type. Okay, I'm not pessimistic. I am actually just objective. I know how to think of the value of a property all the way from when you're buying it all the way to you selling it. And the mindset of your seller and your buyer are going to be different. So you're kind of like in the middle when you wholesale and fix and flip for a living. You have to learn how to be objective and know how to look at this thing without engaging too much of your personal emotions. Okay, if you love rental incomes, you really can't bring that mindset into wholesaling. You have to learn how to be objective, look at the numbers of what they are. How I came up with $215,000 you saw earlier. $215,000 just way off of $300,000. We're not going to do that. Okay, we're not going to just assign $85,000 value when it comes to from a comparative analysis, comparative approach to looking at the value. So now let's look at. So now we can see that this property. So we need to use this number. Let's find out what this gross annual rent will be. Okay, so there's a little online fee thing that we use, which is this one here, rental meter. Okay, that we use to have a good idea. I have an idea of what again, if we go here, this property is 2 bedroom and 2 baths. There's not much value difference between 2 bedroom and 2 bath, just FYI. Okay, 2 bedroom and 1 bath, 2 bedroom and so now if I go back into, let me see if there's a way to pull up some data from here as far as rental is concerned. So if we go to advanced search and we go rent, right, status, rented. I want to see rented. Okay, as usual. So that gives me what happened as opposed to what may happen, as opposed to just speculation, right? So I'm gonna go town. I go to county, Essex. Then I go click town is gonna be Irvington. Where's Irvington? All right, and how many bedrooms? We're gonna say two. I'm gonna say bath. Let's say 2. I'm actually going to use this data right here, see what happens, and search. Right, 0 returns 0. Okay, so let me change the bath to 1 2. Okay, that's probably why, because there's not too many. So if there's not too many 2 bedroom 2 bath, that means that there's no value to assign to it. Don't overthink this. Let's keep it simple. All right, so our best case scenario here, 1,600 for 2 bedroom and 1 bath. Let's look at what that looks like. Okay, look at that property right there. Okay, 1,600 for this property for that rent right there. Okay, now let's look at the lowest here. Okay, okay, so the lowest here is 950. Okay, 950 for 2 bedroom one is probably more realistic for me. If you're lucky, you get 1,100, 1,200 ish, but it's really this number you should be looking at How would you say 1000? Okay, 1000, 1100. Okay, so now if we go back to the actual listing, so again there's an extra bathroom here, but that extra bathroom doesn't give us any extra value because in the area that's not a common thing. Okay, so we have two bedroom. Okay, so this is, let's say this is 1000, 1000, 1000. Okay, let's be a little bit a little bit optimistic and say 1100. Let's assume this is going to be fully rented out, fully renovated before rented out, right? So let's just say 1100. Okay, I'm filling on the market. How did I come up with 1100? Well, the lowest somebody's renting here for 950. Okay, 975, 1000, 1000, 1000, 1150. Okay, 1200 is a little bit on the inside here. Second floor, a unit here. It's gonna be fully renovated, so let's say 1200. Okay, so there's a art and a science to it. It's not complete. It's not an exact science. Okay, so I'm gonna say 1200. Okay, now if I go here, there's one unit here that's one bath, one bedroom, so that's definitely not gonna be 1200. So let me just go ahead and turn this to one maximum one. Okay, for bedrooms, and you can see here that 850, 900, 900. All right, so 850, 900, 900. I'm gonna be conservative with this right here. Okay, and we're gonna call that 850. Okay, maybe 875, maybe, but let's just stick with 850. Let's keep it simple. Okay, so now let's go back to our spreadsheet right here. All right, so we have 1100. We have equals to 3 units, right? Multiply that by 1200, right? And then multiply that by 12 months. Okay, what do we have? 42. Okay, we'll have 43,200. So for the 1 unit, right, we have a 1 unit, and that we're going to say 850 equals to 850. Multiply that by 12 months, right? It's 10,000. So if you had this together, sum of this, we have 53,400. So the gross annual rent is 53,400. Okay, 53,400. Okay, all right, so now with that number, let's scroll down here. We have closing costs about, it's maybe around 7,000. Okay, but I haven't added this wholesaling fee right here, so let's just add that on. Okay, just to make sure we're estimating for that. So 53,400 is picking that number from here. The estimated NOI is 18,000. That's the net operating income, is $18,000. This is automatically calculated from B28. Okay, what is B28? This is this number right here. All of this is automatically estimated based on this percentages. Projects management is going to cost us $553.40 per year. Maintenance and repair, we estimate 10%. Vacancy factor, we estimate 10%. Sometimes some units will be empty. Homeowners insurance, we estimate about 0.5, maybe more, maybe less, just estimates. Okay, annual property taxes, all right, and we're looking at annual expenses $35,000. So if you take this and you deduct it from the gross operating income, you have $18,000. So that will be 11%. Okay, so 11% cap rate, that's what we're looking at. Okay, now if you use other type of finances, like if you're using conventional loan, you're looking at 25%. That's not bad. Okay, however, this property needs work, so you will still need to finance with non-conventional loan before you refinance to conventional later. FHA loan, again the same thing goes here. FHA, unless you're doing a 203k, I think that's what they call it, for construction loan, it's not going to be this simple, but that's still a lot of spread to make it happen. Cash flowing, monthly breakdown, monthly liability is about $2,300. Monthly rent that's coming in, if you break all these numbers down, you're looking at, it's just breakdown of everything we've seen so far. Okay, so monthly liability is that. Cash on cash, Okay, 11% if you pay cash for this property. That's a good return on investment, considering that this property will appreciate over time. Um, for people who want to live in it and rent it out, it will still be a good deal. Okay, and you can flip this property for good money later. But at the very minimum, you know your money is working at 10% return on an annual investment for you. Way better than having it in a savings account, and you don't have to be a landlord, you're just an investor. Okay, cash on cash return if you were doing a conventional loan will be 25, and that's how these numbers are all calculated. So for rental, yes, it looks good. You know, if we had paid, uh, let's see, if we pay, let's equals to 215. Let's, based on what my brother is saying, let's say somebody pays $85,000 additional for this property. All that number, let's see if that changes. Oh well, sorry. Yeah, obviously the return on investment will be a lot greater for fix and flip, but it doesn't change much when it comes to this. All right, but let's say we paid more. Okay, on the, this is asking. We don't really use asking. Well, yeah, we use asking. So let's say we decide to pay, if okay, so if let me think. Okay, let me think. Maximum allowable offer for us is actually $64,000. So we're not going to be putting a bid on this property based on what it looks like right now. Okay, we're just not going to be doing that. Okay, at least that's my advice for him. Okay, and some people will say, yeah, we can still make it work. Well, yes, maybe not. If you have a turnkey rental situation in place, maybe. Okay, but if we pay more for this property, for every, so we base, this is 64, right? $64,000 is way above, $10,000 more than what we can pay for it, well, around here. So based on the picture we saw earlier, I was thinking more like 50. My brother said, well, that's complete rehab. That's probably around minimum. So $75,000, at least we want to have that kind of room in case of errors. We need to have that kind of room. So so that's 260. That's evaluating 260 and seeing if it's doable. It's a no, it's not doable. So this is rental meter I would have used, but I have access to MLS. If you don't have access to MLS, see if this works for you. Okay, all right, so I'm closing out this property right here based on the neighborhood numbers will work in your favor if you stick with the numbers. Okay, based on these numbers right here on the comps, right? These numbers are not looking good. Okay, how did I pull these comps? It's 100 days on the market. Okay, 100 days on the market, and I pull these comps, and the next argument my brother may have is, what if, did we look at fully renovated houses? Well, I looked at 4 units, period. Okay, and maybe there are properties selling for more than that at 3 family, possibly, but the appraisers look at strictly what the market is willing to pay for that type of property, not based on income, and partly based on income. Okay, they adjust it based on income and things like that, but that should be an added value on your end as a person who's holding on to the property. But if you know you're going to be in a position to sell this property soon, it's not in your best interest to put money behind this house, or any type of resources or time, energy behind this house, because that negative can be used against you and you end up wasting money. So I'm done with the analysis of this property. It's done. It's not a deal. Okay, it's not a deal for what we do here, and that's all I have to say about that. So hopefully that was enlightening, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.